YouTube chicks. Get ready. You know what to do, chicks.
Look at Chick Smooth.
Hey, Chick Smooth, appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
Oh man, this is sad, you guys. Not gonna lie to you guys, I woke up this morning with a heavy heart for DJ Akademiks and Mal. These guys gotta sit back and watch their bestie Drake go give another interview to Bobbi Althoff, who's a clout chaser, culture vulture, and most importantly, she's never defended Drake publicly. Ever. The worst part is, Akademiks and Mal gotta sit there and act like it's all cool. Now, a couple days ago, after Bobbi Althoff and Drake announced that they were doing a podcast interview once again, a lot of people, including Drake fans, said, why the fuck is Drake doing this? What's the reason? We've already seen the dynamic between you and Bobbi. We know Bobbi's not going to ask you any questions about music. Shit, the girl knows nothing about hip-hop or anything. We do not want to watch you guys sit down for another hour and a half, having awkward conversations, having sexual tension with each other, and making corny inside jokes that nobody understands besides you guys and Chubbs. We know you're not going to sit down with any hip-hop personalities, but why don't you go sit down with the two guys that's been fucking with you? The two guys that support you, the two guys that pretty much risk their careers for you. Oh, did I forget? The two guys that you also run to anytime you need a spokesperson or PR person in hip-hop. Now, after watching Bobbi and Drake announce their upcoming interview, Akademiks was so flabbergasted he couldn't believe it. The move made no sense to Akademiks, so much so that Ak said, you know what? Nah, fuck it. This gotta be either a business move or Drake wants to clap Bobbi Althoff cheeks again.
Yo, Drake, my brother. I think you're not reading the room here. You just went through one of the most horrifying rap battles of life, and the entire premise was trying to show or trying to say you're not someone of the culture, and you keep doing content with people who seemingly are not within hip-hop. Okay? And I completely understand that. And by the way, I do kind of look at Drake like, bad timing again. Now, honestly, I think this is a great business move. I just think it's bad timing. I think Drake, like, again, I could be wrong. I haven't asked him about it. It's no way he doesn't own a part of this podcast or the company that owns this podcast or is giving this woman an opportunity. With all due respect, Bobbi Althoff is not a talented person. With all due respect. There is a lane for her to flourish, but especially within the lane that she is trying to cannibalize off of, without Drake walking her through the door, now, not once, but twice, she is not as effective. No one really wants to sit with her. She comes across as either condescending or absent-minded. She doesn't do great interviews, but you are doing what we've accused Jay of doing. Giving someone a cultural key that maybe we don't think should even be a cultural visitor. So now you've told them they could live here. Drake has to, like, and I've spoken to many people about it. They're like, yo, no, Drake must be trying to fuck her. If Drake is doing this to try to fuck this chick, he's too horny. No, it's too great. No, it's too horny. He has to own part of her podcast or the network that's publishing her podcast. Otherwise, nothing makes sense. I will stick on that. Again, I would rather, and I hear the rumblings of people saying, no, Drake is just avoiding hip-hop press. Like, people are like, well, yeah, he ain't gonna do nothing with you, Mal, or nobody else. He's just avoiding y'all because he don't want to answer the questions. I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. I think he is gonna do that in due time. And I want to believe that he has business with this woman. I will say the timing is still horrible. And reading the room is still not the thing that I've said about Drake, especially post beef. He's done accurately. You've been very hip hop your entire career. That's why you've battled. You're gonna have to speak about these things, not just only on a record when convenient. And yes, I do understand that we have unrealistic expectations for Drake compared to other artists. I'm hoping, and this is just my hope, right? So I'm going twofold. I believe this is a business move for Drake. Still ill-timed. But it's a business move. He has to own part of her podcast. If Drake don't own part of her podcast, I think he's an idiot. It's just no way that a woman that has been dejected from black culture and from urban culture, and basically was starting to experience the effects of falling off. And maybe like they wanted to do a rebrand or whatever, or give her like a new like steroid shot. You're doing it twice for her, when essentially if she was as talented or she was as demanded or wanted or cared for by the community or by the hip hop sphere, she would be supported. Again, just like when people ask me about the Kick situation or why doesn't he stream with you? I don't think Drake wants to stream. I think Drake sees a lucrative dollar sign and he follows the dollar sign to do streaming. And I don't think Drake wants to podcast. I think Drake is podcasting for a business opportunity. It's not even about, are you going to do content with, say, a me or a Mealy Mall or something? It becomes, bro, you got to realize that hip hop and urban culture has dejected this woman.
Now, come on, Ag. We know Drake can own a piece of anybody's podcast that's more famous and makes more money than Bobbi. Now, I know Drake's money has been looking a little bit funny lately, but let's be honest here. Drake can go get a bag from a lot of places. Investing in Bobbi Althoff's career is not the place I think Drake is running to for money. Her first podcast obviously failed, so much so she went on to start a new one. I'm not so sure if Bobbi generates a lot of revenue. It's completely okay to call a spade a spade. The same way Drake called up Bobbi and said, yo, if you want to do an interview, you gotta come to me. He could have easily hit you up and said, yo, Ag, if you want this interview, fly to one of my shows on tour and let's knock it out. Now, Maul from the Rory and Maul podcast also addressed Drake doing an interview with Bobbi. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this one threw me for a loop. Maul said he does not want to interview Drake. That's right, you guys. The interview that would take his podcast platform to the moon, the most highly anticipated interview in hip-hop, Maul doesn't want it. Here's what he said.
Kendrick need to get up out. You need to get up out. Just see, let Kendrick sit right there. Let me talk to Kendrick.
I would love that. I think that'd be incredible.
Let me talk to Kendrick. I got some questions for Kendrick.
I think that would be great.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask shit Rob ain't gonna ask. Cause me and Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just different coming from my face than Rob's face.
First of all, I have told you before.
Me and Kendrick are probably the same complexion. This is a little different if I ask him.
Which I want the world to know and appreciate you for this. I've told you off camera, if Drake wants to do an interview with you, that's like, I won't feel away. I don't need to go. I don't need to be there. I don't need to produce anything. Like, go do that. And you have said, which I love you.
Me by myself?
Yeah. Yeah. And you said, no, I would want, which is cool. I'm saying I was leaving us out of it. I want Drake to sit with you. I would want Kendrick to sit with you. I also think people would be surprised. I think you would ask Drake real questions. I don't think it would be what the internet has painted you as, where it would just be getting off Drake, quote unquote, talking points. I think you'd ask him real shit. And I think it'd be in a comfortable environment. And if he wouldn't want me there, I wouldn't feel no fucking way.
Well,
just bring me back some Tim Hortons and, you know, I don't know.
No, I don't think it's
some Toronto women
of not wanting you there. I just, you know, I just laugh at certain shit that I read online sometimes. Like, because I've never, being honest with you, Rory, I've never thought about sitting and talking to Drake on camera. It's never once crossed my mind.
Why is that?
Because, I mean, our conversation and our exchanges are like that of me and any of my other homeboys, where it's like I never thought about having my homeboy in front of a camera asking him the shit that we talk about. So I get Drake is who he is, but I don't look at it through that lens or look at it with that mindset. It's like we speak, we laugh about shit, we talk about shit. He's, you know, trusting me with some of his music and some of, you know, personal shit he's going through. But I think it's that because he knows that I'm not thinking interview. If Drake never sits down on the camera, I wouldn't give a fuck.
Oh no, but I know that part.
Right, but people don't know that. So I'm saying for people that don't know that. So I've never thought about, oh damn, I hope he comes sit and talk. That's never once crossed my mind. So
they
when
also
you
don't think you have a real relationship with him, that's why. They think you're doing it to leverage an interview, which I know is
which is fucking crazy. But that's cool. Yeah, they could think that. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, I don't. If me and you didn't have a podcast together, and you putting out dope albums and this, that, and the third, and you had gone through some shit, you my guy, I wouldn't be thinking like, damn, I hope Rory one day wants to come and sit on camera and we could have this. That shit doesn't even cross my mind.
with a real friendship. There's artists that I'm
But now, if you say, you know what, I got some shit I want to get off, Maul, and I want to get it off with you.
Pause.
Set up the cameras. Pause.
Yeah.
All right, cool. But I'm not, in my mind, that doesn't even, you know what I'm saying? When I see people say, oh, he got to give Maul in. Why? Like, I don't, because truthfully, the things that we talk about, I wouldn't even talk about on camera.
Fair.
I would never ask him that on camera. You get what I'm saying? Because I just don't think that people are even worth the answer.
Okay.
You get what I mean? Because it's like, okay, even if he says it, even if we get Drake, we get the Drake. Let's paint the scenario for him. Okay. We get the Drake interview.
Gotcha.
We ask every question that's online.
Can we stay in Toronto for the week?
I don't. Wherever. If Drake said, bring the fucking cameras. That's what I'm trying to leverage it. To wherever. I wouldn't give a fuck where.
No, let's do it in Toronto. Even if he's in New York, let's fly to Toronto.
There's things that we've spoken about that I would never ask on camera.
Of course, but I still think there's like basic shit that Bobby's not gonna ask, or it'll be pitched as like a sarcasm. She'll be like, she's like, who's this Kendrick guy?
Okay,
like,
but
she'll like,
but even if she does that, right? Even if she asks the hard hitting questions, even if she gets to like
Bobby asking,
I'm just saying,
could be the pivot. She can go from that sarcasm, dry humor shit to fucking Barbara Walters. We don't know. We don't know the new Bobby.
We don't know.
She got a little work done. She look a little better.
Like, I don't know if she got work done. So you putting that, I don't know about that. What I'm saying is,
she got money.
Is certain shit that I would never ask.
That's my point. Is the stuff that would be fine to ask, I think you would ask, and that's the stuff that people want to hear. The stuff that you know and you know only, just y'all conversations, I don't even think that's the stuff people would even want to hear. Rory,
even in that, you know why it doesn't matter? Because even if he answers the question, you can ask whatever question.
It's never going to be tough. Satisfy anyway.
It's not going to satisfy any fucking body. No matter what he says, no matter what he does, no matter what album he puts out, people already have it in mind that don't like Drake and that don't like... Cool. It doesn't matter what he says. So when people get all worked up about him announcing who he's sitting down talking to, I'm just laughing because I'm like, no matter who he talks to, people are still going to feel a way about it.
Nah, Maul gotta be trolling us, you guys. There's no way he doesn't see how people would like him to sit down with Drake. We watched you throughout the whole battle campaign for Drake, which is cool because, you know, that's your mans. You broke damn near every Drake news before it happened. Shit, Maul even broke news before Akademiks did. And now the battle is done, people are asking you, yo, it'll be cool if Drake sat down with you and talked about the whole thing. Just like every hip-hop artist does after beefing or rap battling with somebody. Maul doesn't see it. Even your own co-host Rory wants that interview. If I'm Rory, I'm pissed. Bro, this is not about you right now. It's not about what you want to do. It's about doing what's best for our hip-hop podcast and our hip-hop platform. You cannot be too prideful to ask Drake for an interview. I don't care if you guys are boys. I don't care if you guys talk every day. You cannot be too cool for school to get the Drake interview that everybody wants to see. Even if it's not an in-person interview, at least call into my show one time. We see you call into Aiden Ross's stream all the time. Even if it's just to chop it up for like 2 minutes. Bro, something to let us know that this is not a one-sided relationship with you and Drake. You guys know when you bag a girl that's a 10, you tell your homies about her, and they tell you, alright, cool, bring her to the function, and she never shows up, so now your homies think you're lying and she's a catfish? That's what this feels like. If Drake has time to sit with Bobbi Althoff for an hour plus, there's no way he does not have time to give you or Akademiks at least 20-30 minutes of conversation. You guys get in the comments below. What do you guys make of these responses from Akademiks and Maul? You guys think they have valid points about Drake not sitting with them? Like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys later, man.